we've got a delay pedal that powers on but does not make sound. So I think we're going to do some signal tracing. We've got the O-scope and the function generator set up, and here's the schematic. So if the pedal's not outputting any sound, we're going to start with the output. It's just a little op-amp buffer stage, so pin 2 is the input, pin 1 is the output. So we're going to start by injecting a sine wave into the input. Now what we should see is a sine wave on the output, but we don't, because there's no output. So we get nothing. This on its own would be enough to diagnose the issue as this faulty op-amp IC. However, I really don't like ordering parts a second time, so we're really going to cross our I's and dot our T's and just make sure that there's nothing shorted on the input of that op-amp that could also be causing no output. So we're going to trace the signal path back to the input section. Enhance! So this is just a little transistor set up to be a buffer. Almost the same thing as the output, but they're using a transistor instead of an op-amp IC. So we're going to do the same exact thing. So the base of the transistor is the input, and the collector is the output because this transistor is set up in a common collector topology. We're going to inject a sine wave on the input, and what do you know? We get a sine wave on the output. So that implies that everything is working perfectly fine right up to the output stage, which definitely means that that IC is bunk. This is the culprit in question, and all we're going to do is we're just going to replace it and see what happens. We're going to start off by disassembling it and getting the circuit board out so we can actually work on it. You know, that's usually a good first step. And then we're just going to go ahead and desolder that IC. Now, the most important part of desoldering something is your solder pullet clogging up on you, and you have to pull it apart and clean it out. It's just a mandatory step. There's no getting around it. And really make sure that you're cleaning off the flux when you do soldering, because the flux will actually eat away at the board and just cause really bad things to happen over time. So now I'm just going to install the IC and resolder it, clean off the flux, and she should good to go. Just going to give it a quick wipe down before I reinstall the board, and here's what she sounds like. Thanks for watching.